Right, welcome back to Pine Tree State Restorations. I hope everybody's having a good day. So in this video today, I'm going to show you how to make homemade low-powered 22 ammo you can shoot in any gun, but I specifically designed it for a Flobert 6mm Flobert rifle like the one I'm working on, the Wolf Guard. If you look at my other videos, you can check out the Wolf Guard. So how we do this is I'm going to start this out step by step. First thing first, you're going to need some 22 shorts. Any brand, doesn't matter which, doesn't matter at all. And then you're going to take that 22 short and you'll set it in something round like this little wrench. Make sure that the primer is sticking out. And then you'll take a pair of pliers, right here, and you'll just pry that off. And you'll end up with this piece of lead right here. We don't need that. So we'll throw that there. And you're going to end up with a 22 short with no powder in it. Just the primer. That's what we want. Okay? So we'll set that right there for now. Next thing we need to do is we need to make a resizer. Okay? This is just a nut I found laying around. I drilled it out and I put a countersink on it. That's important. You got to put a countersink on there. And you're going to drill that out to a number 3 drill, which is 213. Then you'll chamfer it with a chamfer bit and then go in there and polish it with a little piece of Scotch-Brite and polish that up so it's nice and smooth, no burrs on it whatsoever. Okay, here's the chart. If you look at the chart right here, pick this up for you, you can see these dimensions. When we resize this, the top dimensions, the 226 is the outside diameter of the 22 case. The inside diameter is 213. The pellet diameter before you use it is 225. We're going to resize it down to 213. I'll leave that right there so you can see that for a minute. So what we're using is we're going to use some Daisy 22 caliber pellets. Okay, right here. These are 17 grain. These have the hollow base and the real thin ridge right here. That's kind of important. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these shells. We're going to pop it in this hole right here. Push it in. You can get it started with your finger. That's great. I made a little punch that goes down in there. And you can tap that down through. All the way through. Tap it through. It falls out the bottom. Once that falls out, that will have a 213 skirt on it. Alright. Here's one of my shells that's prepped. Okay. Now the problem is, when you pull the bullet out of the 22 short, you're going to have a big burr on the edge where they roll crimped it. How I did this is I took every one of these shells and I just kissed them on a belt sander, just very lightly. Just gave them a kiss until I got that little crown off, set them aside, and then I took a chamfer tool, like this one right here, and I chamfered the inside, and this has been modified. I cut this back so the ears will clear. See how that goes on there like that? That way you can, originally these were clear out here and they'd be in your way. So you got to get one of these, grind it back and put a radius on. I'll show you what one looks like before I modified it. This is what it looks like before I ground it. Obviously, that's going to be in your way. So you're going to grind it like this. So that's not in your way. When you chamfer the outside, chamfer the inside. So there's no burr on there. Once the case is all prepped and your 22 caliber bullet is run through the sizer. Now, you can take a little bit of Vaseline in the Q-tip and put it in there every couple, 3 rounds. That'll help size these better, okay? And once you get, like, say, 10 or 15 of them done, then you're going to take this shell right here, and you'll put this, will fit inside there now. I haven't resized this one yet, but this one will go inside there. Make sure you put it on like this, okay? So you tap it down, you go in, it'll fit right in. If you deburred it and got that little crown off and deburred it right, it'll fit right in. Take another punch, and you'll tap that down in there. Don't hit it very hard, disclaimer. Get a little hammer, plastic, just tap it. Don't pound it in, because if you do, you're going to set the primer off, and it's going to go off. So I just a couple little taps. That's it. Okay, and wear safety glasses when you do this, of course. Never work with ammunition of any kind without safety glasses. Always wear safety glasses. You pound on that too hard, that's going to blow up. Probably not going to hurt you at all. It won't. But you might get something in your eye like powder or something, or part of that pellet. With that big punch in there, that pellet's, nothing's going to happen really. It might come out, a little piece might come out and hit in the eye. So make sure you wear that. Once that's tapped in, you look at these are all done. This is what you'll end up with. Okay? You can put this in any gun, and how this works is when you fire the gun, it goes through the brass case, gets to the 22 cal long rifle chamber. The back of that pellet will expand just slightly. It'll grab the rifling, shoot out the gun. These are all loaded, and this is pretty much the specs right here. 17 grain, 400 plus feet per second. They work great. They're super accurate. You can shoot these in any gun. You can shoot them in a 22 rifle, 22 pistol, anything. Can't shoot it in a 22 semi-automatic because obviously it won't cycle. You're only shooting the primer and a very lightweight projectile. But these you can shoot indoors, disclaimer, outside, pest control, targets, whatever. These are still deadly, so don't treat them as like they're not going to be deadly, because they could be deadly. So you don't want to play games with them, of course. Be careful when you're doing it. If you have any questions, ask me, but if you get lost, just back up and go through the process again and make sure you got it right. If you do it like this and you take your time, I could probably load 100 rounds in probably an hour if I did it nonstop and didn't stop at all. The hardest part really is to take that little crown off. See how I got a little sand mark on it? I just touched it on a belt sander. Keep it square and just touch it. And then when you're done, you have to deburr the inside and you have to deburr the outside of the case. Otherwise, you'll have a big burr on there and it won't load in the gun, or the pellet won't go in right. Because when you tap that pellet in, tap it down at the bottom, that'll actually expand when it gets to the bottom, and it'll stay in there. It'll be nice and tight. It won't come out. See? It'll be right down the bottom. Okay, ready to go. And like I said, it's only running off the primer. But it's a very lightweight bullet. So the primer's got way more than enough juice to send her down range. And that's how you make 6mm or 22 caliber Flobert ammo from scratch. I did it because no one's ever done it, and I thought there's got to be a way to make your own. And it works really, really good. I've tried it in pistols. I've tried it in rifles. It's extremely accurate, and it works absolutely beautiful. It's a little bit time consuming and tedious, but if you one day size everything, one day get the brass all ready, and then one day load it all, it's not that bad. You don't have to do it all at once. Just do, a couple 100 rounds, pellets, buy a new tin of pellets. This is 250. I'd probably just do all 250. Get them back in the can. Then do your 22 shorts. Do those. And then get them all resized, put them back in the can, like I said, and then get everything ready, and then you can just load them all on a different day. But that's how you make the homemade 22 caliber low velocity ammo that you can shoot in any gun. But specifically, I designed it for the Flobert rifle because you have to have a low velocity, low grain bullet cartridge, because the only thing that really holds the breech closed on a Flobert rifle is just the spring from the hammer. So if you had a bigger lead or more powder, you'd blow open the breech. So you can't shoot can't shoot a 22 short or long in a Flobert rifle. So thanks for watching Pine Tree State Restorations. If you can, hit a like and subscribe. And of course, we'll see you soon.